Hello, everyone. Hello. Hey, hello. Hello, please, everyone. If we could just have your attention for a couple minutes, we would greatly appreciate it. Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Reardon. If you don't know me, I am a member of the QERA board. First and foremost, we are so appreciative to all of you for being here. It's a tremendous, obviously, sign of how much interest and support there is for this initiative, and we're so grateful. So thank you to everyone who's here tonight. A lot of work went into this, and so I would just like to take one moment to thank the folks who worked so hard on it. Jenny Hale and Missy Pickering are the ones who made this amazing event look the way that it does. So Jenny and Missy, thank you so much. Matt McClay and Maria Swanson literally went door by door, business by business to put together the silent auction. And again, we're so appreciative. And then Jody Carver's still probably out front with her whole Carver clan, but the Carvers are running both the door and logistics for tonight, and we're really so appreciative. So thank you to them. It's really an indication of the community aspect of where we live and what it's going to take to make this amazing facility that's going to make a huge difference for generations to come a reality. And so thank you. Also, I would be remiss. Chris Moyer is and does run all of our tech stuff and put together this amazing presentation. If you're a mom and you haven't watched this presentation, grab a drink and go sit in front of it for a few minutes. It is amazing. So I do appreciate everyone's attention. I know everyone's here catching up with people, having a good time. We would appreciate a few minutes of your time because this is an incredibly important initiative for our entire community, and not just for, the group of folks in here and the kids here, a bunch of Bell kids right in front of me, but it's really for generations to come. And to that end, we appreciate you just listening and considering what we're talking about. And we'd like to get started. I'd just like to introduce Noah Rahm. He's the president of Sewickley Area Soccer, and I've known Noah for 40 years, and have fun.
Good evening. Okay. Good evening. Let me now. My name is Noah Rahm. I'm president of Sewickley Area Soccer. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to see so many people here tonight. I see a lot of old faces here tonight. Well, not old, but storied faces. And I also see a lot of new faces here tonight, which is not surprising because Sewickley Area Soccer has had hundreds and hundreds of under 8-year-old, under 6-year-old, and yes, under 4-year-old players over this past year. In fact, the Sewickley Area Soccer Board has recently asked our Director of Coaching, Chris Karwoski, who's somewhere here, to develop an under 2-year-old division, which we are going to be starting next fall. Well, who knows? This is Sewickley. We do play a lot of soccer. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a 1992 graduate of Quaker Valley High School. My wife Jenny and I returned to Sewickley in 2010 to raise our 3 girls. But back then, in high school, I had the honor to be a starting forward for the 1991 Quaker Valley boys soccer team, which I'm always proud to say captured both the WPIL and PIAA championship titles and had an overall record of 26-1. do recognize, though, that coming from the Quaker Valley Boys Soccer program, that's actually not that unique. But like many of the boys who played back in the day, we were coached by the legendary Gene Klein, who unfortunately, due to his ongoing illness, is unable to join us tonight, along with his wife, Ann. But Gene's brother, Steve Klein, is here with us tonight, and I want to just welcome him and thank him for showing up and representing the Klein family. But Gene actually called me a few hours ago and is very proud of our community effort to support the development of these fields, really of the entire park, and to memorialize the founder of Sewickley soccer here in Sewickley, Leo Moss. We actually have many Sewickley area soccer alumni here tonight, some of whom were in the very first inaugural season back in the spring of 1977. And as much as I'd like to recognize every single one of you because you deserve it, let me just acknowledge a few people who are here tonight, and actually these are mostly parents of former players, because youth sports is as much about parents as it is about the youth players. Back over here, we have Dr. Tom and Mrs. Ben Roberts and Bill Strong. Both Bill and Tom were on the very first Sewickley area soccer board, which was founded in 1976. And Bill, it was the second president of SAS behind Leo Moss. And he's with his son George tonight. George came with his father. George is actually the very first Quaker Valley boys soccer player to be awarded All-American recognition. In fact, I think George is the very first Quaker Valley high school student athlete to be awarded All-American recognition out of all the sports. We also have, I think they're here tonight, is long-term Sewickley residents John and Patricia Kowalski. I believe they were supposed to be here. John is the former U.S. men's national team head coach. He's the former head coach of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, and for those of us who remember the Pittsburgh Spirit, John is a former coach of the Pittsburgh Spirit as well. So welcome all of our SS alumni. As a psychologist and clinical psychoanalyst, I know that if you want to understand a person, an organization, or a community, you have to know their history, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But thankfully, for SAS, with Leo Moss, we really had the good. As dozens and dozens of former players and parents and friends of Leo Moss wrote in their tributes to Leo, which if you have not read them, please go to our website, sewickleyarea.org, and read them. Leo stood for hard work, determination, fairness of play, and respect, both on and off the field. And these are characteristics that we try to instill in our young players every season. But the issue we face tonight is not about identity or character, it's about field space. So just to give a comparison, back in the day, Sewickley area soccer had a plethora of fields that we played on. We had our original partners with the Quaker Valley School District, Sewickley Academy. We also played on the Sewickley YMCA fields, the Watson, A.T. Watson fields, Walker Park, the Industrial Field Park up on Deer Run Road. We also had Pontefract Park. Pontefract Park next to the Giant Eagle. It's a beautiful park, although it does have about a 20% slope, and there are these trees sort of randomly scattered around it. And if back in the day we were practicing at Pontefract Park and you happened to run into a tree, there was no concussion protocol. They just sort of picked you up and dusted you off and pushed you back onto the field. So we've really come a long way in youth sports. But my point is that we don't even have Pontefract Park anymore. And this has been the general trend over the years, really over the decades, of this attrition of field space for our young players. So folks, the issue that we're facing today is this. Soccer is the largest youth sport here in Sewickley and has been for nearly 50 years, since SAS was founded. Sewickley is one of the biggest soccer towns in the entire state of Pennsylvania. And yet, we are finding it harder and harder to find adequate field space for our young players. Season after season, we turn to our director of coaching, Chris Karwoski, and his wife, Terry Karwoski, and ask them to please make this all fit yet again. Okay? It's like working on a 1,000-piece puzzle and someone continuously adds new pieces. So that's why our hope tonight is that all of us together can make these new fields a reality, starting with the soccer field. Now, the naming of the soccer field, the Leo Moss Memorial Soccer Field, is about the past, but it is for the future, as Mike Reardon mentioned. It's for this current and future generations of youth soccer players who live within the 11 municipalities that make up the Quaker Valley community. Before I pass the microphone on to the next speaker, I just want to take a minute to thank all of the parents here tonight because, and you can ask Bill Strong or Tom Roberts from the very first SAS board, it's really all about you, the parents, and what you want for your kids. So this spring season, please volunteer to coach. Please come to a board meeting. If you're interested in refereeing, talk to our referee coordinator, Mrs. Maria Swanson. But before you do any of that, ladies and gentlemen, before you do any of that, tonight, please donate. Estimates for the Leo Moss Memorial Soccer Field are $1 million to $1.5 million. So we need lots of donations, and we need big donations. And as a reminder, the Gene Klein Circle donation category starts at $10,000. So please, for tonight, think big. I'd like to just quickly thank the board members of QVRA and the newly formed QVR-FDF, specifically Jeff Lipton, Larry Zamer, Mike Reardon, and Chris Moyer, as well as the entire Gala committee who put tonight together, including Jenny Hale for the floral arrangements. I also just quickly will thank the SAS board, Jessica Peluso, Sean Hamill, and Tim Stevenson, as well as new additions to our board, Brad Quistoff, Rachel Loudermilk, and Maggie Behon. Okay. Regarding the next speaker, who I promise will be much less winded. For those of you who do not know Dr. Joel and Mrs. Maria Swanson, you really should. Over the past 20 years, Joel and Maria have been what I like to call the keepers of SAS. If Leo and Louis Moss were the first dynamic duo of SAS, Joel and Maria certainly are the second. The Swansons have made the initial donation towards the Leo Moss soccer field in the amount of $100,000. And Joel currently serves as secretary for QVRA. So with that, please welcome my friend, our friend, Mr. Dr. Joel Swanson.
That's all good stuff, and you definitely need to know it, and I want you to put that in your notes and take it home again. I'm going to be a little briefer.
Joel,
sir. Check, check, check. Just gonna work. My neck doesn't work very well. Anyway, so the reason Maria and I have donated $9,000, by the way, it stung a little bit.
No, closer.
Right here? Is that doing it? Okay. So, there we go. The reason Maria and I donated $100,000, and it did sting, is because we think you guys are worth it. I can't tell you how many people got us to this point. There are 2 fields up there, but there's also 3 fields that are calling for our help. So that's up to us right now. I'm not going to mention all the names, but I want, most importantly, you to think about adding your name to that list. It does not start with Leo Moss and end with Joel and Maria Swanson. That's where it begins. The rest of this project is up to you guys. We have about $1 million worth of land that is ours to develop. We have all of our debt resolved. We have $200,000 in the bank, and we have about $500,000 in a state grant that was made possible by the next 2 people on the government district. And it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Representative Valerie Gatos, who is, for better or not, a local and has a lot of local ties to our community. It turns out I used to coach my cousin's kids. And then also, and she's from the 44th District, very own, and our 37th Senatorial District representative is Senator Devin Robinson. So, Valerie Gatos and Devin Robinson, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much. First of all, we love soccer, right? Well, I'd like to say, so I'm State Representative Valerie Gatos, and it is an absolute pleasure for me to represent my hometown. And I want to make one statement about how that, we went through redistricting in the last year. One of the things that Senator Robinson and I made sure is that all of Quaker Valley was put together in a single state house district, state senate district, and a congressional district. And what that does, it enables us to help you on what we're going to present next. Got that? One little detail, I know everyone keeps on asking me, I grew up on Pine and Centennial in Sewickley. My uncle was John Gatos, Dr. John Gatos. My dad was the dentist. So, just that distinction. So, but it's been an absolute pleasure. Well, we'd like to present a check for $500,000. But I'd like to say what makes it easy is that you are a fabulous community. And you made it easier for us because look at the attendance right here. The more people who are involved in donating and contributing to QVRA, we can help even more. So thank you very much. Congratulations.
I just want to say that this was a no-brainer. We keep representing champions. We know that Quaker Valley soccer team has been champions many times over in the past decade, as well as Sewickley Academy. And I just want to say, keep up the good work and bring home a couple more trophies for us. Thank you.
All right, we'd like to pass the microphone over. Next speaker.
Thanks, Valerie. I thought I was going to be able to put that in my pocket. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff Lipton, and I'm the president of QVRA.
Jeff, louder.
Louder, how's that? Can everybody hear me? All right. Louder. As if I was yelling at my kids, is that what you want? All right, well, I have to tell you that we are actually thrilled to have all of you here and to see the enthusiasm, not only for the cocktails, but also for what QVRA has to present. Our organization has had a wonderful reception over the last few years, not only tonight. Let me tell you, in 2022, we set registration records in every one of our programs. And we provided valuable outlets for over 1,700 boys and girls. QVRA gave them an opportunity to play the sports they love and have a lot of fun doing it. And as Noah alluded to, not only do our coaches help teach the kids how to play the sports they adore, but they teach the kids how to be good teammates, how to compete in a positive and sporting way, how to represent our community and themselves with pride. There's a lot going on in those fields, and it gives us a great deal of pleasure to be able to do that. As many of you know, our organization has had significant financial problems over the last decade or so. Today, we have almost no debt on our balance sheet. And the Swanson's gift hasn't even hit there yet. We have to thank two S-Mart affiliated companies and their leader, James P. Burchard. They contributed over $590,000 at the end of last year. And set us up to be able to confidently face a major expansion of our facilities. Now, in addition to Mr. Burchard and other companies and families who are already recognized at our facilities, we've gotten tremendous support in launching this new park expansion project. You've heard from 4 key people earlier tonight, and I'd like to add some thanks to them and also reintroduce the fellow you heard from first. His name is Mike Reardon. Mike, where are you? Mike is the current president of our softball and baseball subsidiary, QVSB, and is also the development chair of our current QVRFDF capital campaign. He's taken on a huge task and is doing a fantastic job. So, thank you, Mike Reardon. Now, we also have to thank a gentleman by the name of Larry Zahner, who led QVRA's financial development efforts for many, many years. He couldn't be here tonight, but he's agreed to come out of retirement to chair the board of that funny organization we call QVRFDF. I bet you want to know what that means. It means the Quaker Valley Recreation Facility Development Fund, an entity put in place to give all contributors confidence that the funds that they contribute will be going to building fields and related facilities and nothing else. Now,
It's important for everyone to know that the Quaker Valley School District has been and will be a wonderful landlord for our park. Just last year, the district paid more than $150,000 to install a new main entrance road and parking area for the baseball and softball fields. Even more importantly, the school district will be critically supporting our efforts for development with engineering, legal, and project managing contributions. The school board will also be behind us, and it's led by a fellow by the name of Gianni Floro, who isn't here tonight, but he heads up the board's facilities committee and is going to be a major factor in helping us all the way through these projects. Now let me tell you a little bit about the maps you can see up on the screen. Hopefully you have a good look at them. The first phase that we're supporting tonight is a superb synthetic turf soccer field with facilities underneath the turf to collect water and limit any runoff into nearby Little Sewickley Creek and its watershed. That's an important part in getting things moving. The soccer field will also have a new entry point. It'll have an entrance right near the field named after the Braxic family and directly related to their six-fixture contribution not made quite a while ago. The first phase of our project will include a large parking area, and listen to this one, this is important, bathroom facilities, a concession stand, and a playground or two. Phase 2 will include a Little League baseball field. It will share some of the facilities with the soccer field and a pavilion with real bathrooms to service the baseball and softball part of the park. They've been using portable facilities ever since those fields were built. Phase 3 will include tightly focused lights on all the fields that will not disturb our neighbors, a weatherproof bubble covering another soccer and lacrosse field, and the completion of perimeters for jogging and biking. Our objective is a world-class recreational park for the entire Quaker Valley community. I know I'm boring some of you, but I think it'd be worthwhile listening. This asset will be a great for our kids, their kids, and is something that will increase the quality of life for everyone in the area. Your attendance tonight in this sold-out event is an exciting beginning. Of course, our hope is, as Noah alluded to, that every family here will consider making a significant contribution to support this project. A number of you have already made very significant contributions, and we thank you for doing that. Just to close, we are going to be contacting each of the 11 municipalities that make up Sewickley Valley and ask them to help us do the job providing recreation for their citizens. If you know anybody on the boards of those municipalities, we'd love you to say good words for what we're doing. And one last request. If your employers contribute to community foundations, we urge you to say a good word to our organization, to them, because we'll be knocking on a lot of doors of large and small companies throughout the Pittsburgh area. So again, I'm out of here. Let's hear applause. We're done. I want to thank you for your enthusiastic support tonight and appreciate everything you've done and will do in the future. Thank you and good night.